couple hours ago, I just saw one of my favorite movies of all time. It was so good. I fucking love this movie. But alas, all great things must come to an end. Just like Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine in the movie Logan. It definitely is one of my favorite X-Men movies. No, it is my favorite X-Men movie. A lot of people will say, oh, but Deadpool's so much better. It has this, that, and like, I don't care. Okay, Deadpool is a comedy, and comedies aren't really my thing. I don't really like comedies that much. But yeah, with Logan though, dude, I love it. It's such a satisfying end for such a timeless character. So let's start with the characters. So the main characters are Logan, Charles Xavier, X-23, aka Laura, whatever her fucking last name is. The bad guys aren't as memorable, I have to say. I do not remember the bad guys very well, but I don't really think that's the focus of the story in the first place. I think the focus of the story lies in the relationships between the characters. Like the main characters of the story, which are Logan, X-23 and Charles, and that, like, it's just so cool to see Logan as if he was a father. And I'm gonna keep referring to Hugh Jackman as Logan because that's who he's always been to me. He's always been Wolverine. He's always been Logan, and because of that, that's just how I'm just gonna identify him as. I don't think I've ever seen any other movie with Hugh Jackman in any other role. I want to, but I haven't, so that's a minor issue. But whatever, because I enjoyed this movie. It was really good. The soundtrack wasn't memorable, but it did add to what was going on in the scene. Like, at the beginning of the movie, this isn't really going into spoiler territory at all, but actually, now I think about it, the only example I can think of is actually going into spoiler territory, because it's at the very end of the movie. I'll go into spoilers by the end of the review anyway. So yeah, I think Hugh Jackman, like, he finished his run as Wolverine with a bang. This has definitely been one of the better portrayals of the character. Like, he's always portrayed the character really well to me, like, in my opinion. This is coming from someone who loves comics, but at the same time, like, I did have a couple of things that were bugging me a bit. I was confused as to why, like, what timeline of Wolverine this is. If it was the original X-Men movies Logan, or if it was I guess it's the Logan that's been through all the past movies, because time travel and shit. He did the time travel, so that's that, I guess. I just answered my own question. But yeah, the villains are very forgettable, and I feel like the physical threat to Logan, who is X-24, are very original. But yeah, like, with this movie, a lot of the time the villains are just not memorable, and that's really sad to me, because like it seems like the stereotypical villain. And sure, it has a lot of Western-styled themes to it, and a lot of Western cinematography and imagery and all this sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's just boring. Like, the villains are just boring because they're just so cliched. And there was one kill, like, halfway through the movie, where this character who's been helping out Logan for, I think it says, a year. He he like basically he's stuck in a cage, blah blah blah, whatever. So he manages to grab 2 grenades, and he just like takes out the pins and drops them, and it says, "Stay away from the light." And I'm just so like it makes sense, because that's like he mentioned that line earlier, and it's just, but it's very 80s. Yeah, it's very 80s, and that's it kind of made me cringe a bit. I do like X-23. I think she is my favorite character in the X-Men movies, like, ever. And if she's gonna be who's replacing Logan, then I'm all for it, because she is probably my favorite character. Cinematography was, as I said, very Western style. I fucking love this movie though. Alright, we're gonna jump to some spoiler territory from this point. I guess click off the video, because I'm not gonna stop. Oh, and for I realize, yeah, for those of you who want to know what I think, like, for my rating, it is an easy 9 out of 10. I fucking love this movie so much. No, actually, I'm being a bit too generous. Let's turn that into an 8, because the villains were shit and the soundtrack was barely memorable. Yeah, so that's an 8 out of 10 for this movie. It's so good! It is really, really fucking good! Oh my god, dude. The cast, the way they filmed it, just everything. The sound was amazing, and especially at the beginning of the movie when Logan tries to pull out his claws, and one of them just gets stuck there, and later on he just pulls it out, and it's painful. Why am I getting notifications on Discord? Please shut up. Thank you. But yeah, I think overall this movie is probably my is it the only superhero movie that's come out this year? Yeah, this is the first superhero movie of the year, discarding fucking ass Creed, which was the shittest. I fucking hate that movie so much. I just made myself angry. But yeah, Logan, at the end of the movie when he dies, I actually teared up in the cinema. I'm a quiet crier, so person next to me wouldn't have noticed. But yeah, it's because the relationship between Logan and X-23 was built up so well, and you've watched Hugh Jackman play Wolverine for what, 17 years now? That is a long fucking time to be playing a character. And, you know, he deserves this break. He's done so much for the character. He's done so much for my childhood. He deserves this break. And I'm not sure if he's gonna go back into film or what Hugh Jackman's planning on doing from here, but he sure as hell left Wolverine in his rightful place where he belongs. I say that, but when you see the movie, it's gonna seem really bad, and the ending is actually so satisfying. It's sad, but it's satisfying. It makes sense. Does that make sense? Do I make sense? I don't think I make sense. I mean, I hated Splints. A lot of people seem to like that. But, yeah. So, overall, great movie, great soundtrack, great directing. Thanks to everyone who made this movie. Please make more movies like this. This is what a proper, superhero movie should be like. It should be, because Marvel's, whatever. But, yeah, thanks for watching. Please enjoy. Share this video, subscribe, do whatever. I'm very tired. I'm gonna go to sleep, so fuck you guys. I'll see you next time. You dumb bitches.